Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and thank you very much for joining us. And if you are new, please consider subscribing to our channel so that we can tell the YouTube algorithm that there is a new kid in town. I mean our channel, not me. And also, if you are a returning viewer, please don't forget to click that like button, and if you don't mind, that notification bell as well. Anyway, so guys, what I'm going to share with you in this video is not financial advice. If you do require financial advice, I think by now you know what to do. Please approach someone who's trying to give you financial advice. So the information contained in this video is just for educational as well as entertainment purposes. So this one here, this review on Iagon, shouldn't come as a surprise to some of you who have been following us from the beginning. Why? Because Iagon and the IAG token is actually one of the projects we invested in one of our public portfolios, which is the 2K to 100K portfolio challenge. At the time, we just shelved the research that we had done to come up with the video, but now you can see with the way Iagon has been performing, at the very least, it warrants a video from us, a proper review. That's what we are intending to do in this video. Whether you find it to be educational and you can then go on and do your own research, that's up to you. But this video is not meant to be financial advice, and it's not telling you to go and invest in the IAG token. Personally, I do hold the IAG token, and most of what I hold, I actually bought them at a fraction of a penny during the depth of the just ended bear market. We also hold the IAG token as part of our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge, like I've already said. So what is Iagon? Well, Iagon is a peer-to-peer shared storage economy that bridges decentralization and compliance for Web3. Iagon places importance on individual sovereign, where the content owner retains full rights on who accesses their data. Iagon is architecture. The architecture of the Iagon protocol is comprised of the following components. You've got Iagon client application, which allows storage consumers to interact with the protocol. It is implemented in the following forms. You got the web application in electronic application format, as well as browser extension. You also have a Cardano wallet, which allows, there are so many, it's not just one. Cardano wallet is just representing one of the components to the architecture. So the Cardano wallet allows users to manage their cryptocurrencies and submit transactions to the Cardano blockchain. It is used as a user authentication tool to access data and for payments. Then we have Adagio. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Adagio implements a reward model for storage providers, connecting the demand of the consumers to the supply from storage providers. Next is Femato. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Femato enables communication between storage consumers and smart contracts deployed on the Cardano blockchain, allowing storage consumers to purchase storage and manage their existing subscription. Next up is Rubato. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Rubato or Rubato is the storage marketplace that encodes the supply and demand for storage, allowing storage consumers to reserve and to consume storage. It implements both a static pricing model for enterprise storage providers as well as a dynamic price model for retail resource providers. The next component is Network Performance Explorer. This component measures the performance of resource providers by assessing parameters such as uptime, connection speeds, and so forth. And finally, the final component is the node. To join the network and share excess resources, storage providers must run the Iagon client application. A node is just a computer on which the Iagon application is running. Now, onto some key features for Iagon. Adagio is one of the key features. We've covered it under Iagon's architecture, but it's actually also one of the key features. Adagio, like we've already said, implements a reward model for retail storage providers, connecting the storage demand of the consumers to the supply from the providers. Its goal is to reward the storage providers. Another key feature that we highlighted under architecture is Femato or Femato, which acts as the interface between the storage consumers and the smart contracts deployed on the Cardano blockchain, allowing storage consumers to subscribe to storage as a service and manage their existing subscriptions. Femato performs the following operations on behalf of the storage consumers. It buys storage, it manages subscription status, and it controls access management. And I think this is a feature, whether it's here already or it's coming in the future, I'm not sure about that. And the next key feature is Rubato or Rubato. This is a storage marketplace that calculates the trading rates of storage, maintains liquidity for reward payments and user incentives, and balances the supply and demand for storage. From a user's perspective, Rubato is a closed ecosystem as the marketplace interacts directly only with the Adagio protocol and Femato. So even if it's a key feature, the user or end user or the consumer won't see what's happening as far as Rubato is concerned. Iagon targets both enterprise and retail storage storage providers. Therefore, the network implements both a static pricing model, which is ideal for retail storage providers, as well as a dynamic one for enterprises. There is also sharding. This is a method for horizontally splitting and distributing files across multiple storage providers in a decentralized network and similar to the one used by Iagon. And finally, you also have slashing, which is the penalty for storage providers who misbehave. When a storage provider is slashed, they lose some of their rewards. There is no indication of what percentage, but I'm sure those who have experienced slashing, they know what percentage that is. Anyway, let's move on to value proposition for Iagon. Iagon offers decentralized storage facilities. There are also plans to introduce a decentralized cloud computing marketplace. Wow, this will take the fight all the way to some of the current incumbents in Akashi network. And you also have one that we invested in, which is Render, Filecoin. I think someone said it's not Filecoin, it's Filecoin. Okay, there are quite a few more, and Iagon is gunning for those. So watch out the space. The current price movements for Iagon might not be the beginning just yet. It might just be an indication of what's to come. There could be more coming from Iagon. I do believe in Iagon, and I believe it's going to do a great deal. And at the moment, just under 4 cents, I think, in my opinion, I think it is a steal, a proper steal, because of what it's promising. Just imagine if you missed Render when it was that low before it went on a rip. Iagon is just under 4 cents. What are you going to do? I'm not saying it's going to excel and surpass Render or even achieve what Render has done, but just think about that. Under 4 cents, could it be undervalued? In my opinion, yes, Iagon is extremely undervalued for what it delivers. And considering the team members, the project team members, the project creators, some of the talented people within the space. So this is one to watch out. If you have not been interested in Cardano, I think if you think there is a future for storage services and cloud computing that is decentralized, this could be one to watch out for, guys. Again, not financial advice. You do your own research. Moving on, the next value proposition is that of data providers that are also able to monetize their data, since they now have control on who can access their data, when, and at what price. If price is not right, you just don't share your data with anybody. There is Agora protocol, which is a public file management system integrated with the Cardano blockchain. It provides a decentralized data storage solution for individuals and businesses. The system allows all uploaded content to be visible to everyone, curated by the community. Iagon can be integrated with third-party applications like metaverses, NFT platforms, and so forth, thereby enabling access to the shared storage economy. Iagon's Network Performance Explorer takes into consideration performance of each resource provider, including availability, trustability, and other variables, including location for compliance and so forth, to optimize the end user's experience. We also have data security and privacy. By splitting and distributing data to different storage providers, the network makes sure that no one can reconstruct a file. That is a very good security feature. Furthermore, users can choose to encrypt their files, adding another layer of security. Another value proposition is that of reduced risk of data loss. As more storage providers join the network, the level of redundancy increases, and the protocol distributes multiple copies of each block of data among different storage providers. Thus, a storage consumer can retrieve a file even when some of the storage providers are unavailable. Wow, that is incredible. The next value proposition is that of faster download speeds. When the content of a file is distributed among a larger number of storage providers, the network is not prone to bottlenecks, and the protocol can retrieve the shards simultaneously from storage providers that store them. And finally, we have data regulation compliance, which includes the European Union's GDPR, among other compliance regulatory standards and so forth. So there you have it. That was just on value proposition. You can tell Iagon is loaded, and this project has been thought through well from the beginning. Anyway, as part of our review, we are going to apply our DWA or our risk evaluation, which implements or executes our 13 elements. And those 13 elements include decentralization, security, interoperability, scaling, the project team, use cases, and the tokenomics. Starting with decentralization, Iagon is hosted on the Cardano blockchain itself, a decentralized network. The two parts to Iagon's product offering, which is storage providers and storage consumers, is based on a trustless peer-to-peer transaction, which makes Iagon product offering decentralized. It takes a user-centric approach to the solution of decentralized data storage. And onto security. To store data, Iagon utilizes is IPFS, or Interplanetary File System, which is a distributed peer-to-peer storage network. IPFS splits data into shards, assign unique identifiers to each of these shards, and then store them in a distributed hash table or DHT. To retrieve a file, a storage consumer must query the DHT twice. Users can also choose to encrypt their files, adding another layer of security. This then makes the data storage extremely secure. The token itself, having started its early life on the Ethereum blockchain, is now migrated to the Cardano blockchain. For more on that, I'll leave a link in the description. And guys, also down there, don't forget to click like and subscribe, as well as smash that notification. Moving on to scaling, apart from the Cardano blockchain itself being able to reasonably scale with more to come, Iagon's ability to handle more files is correlated to the number of nodes who join the network in order to store data. So, an increased demand for storage requirements attract more storage providers or nodes due to increased rewards. Again, it's economics. High demand leads to shortage in supply if there are not enough people putting their machines up for rental, which then means people have got to pay more because they are competing for a limited number of nodes, which then attracts other nodes because of the high rent in economic terms. Anyway, as far as interoperability is concerned, Iagon client application allows storage consumers to interact with the protocol. It is implemented in the following forms. You got the web application form, electronic format, browser extension. Those are the three forms. In addition, the Iagon protocol can be used to store any type of data regardless of what blockchain or format the data is in. That's on interoperability. As far as the project team, according to LinkedIn, there are approximately 13 team members for Iagon. Now on to social media presence. Via Twitter, Iagon has got just over 12,800 Twitter followers, as well as just over 1,300 Discord members. Use cases: ticker symbol IAG. The IAG token holders can stake their IAG token in either staking pool or Cardano staking pool to earn rewards. I do not know if this is still existing, but at some point when they were trying to migrate to Cardano, they had to do that in order to create a community, and that community was also earning rewards in IAG. I believe it was 0.02 or 0.2 of the IAG token for each ADA coin staked. I'll leave some links for you guys to verify the numbers for yourselves. Holders of the IAG token also get a portion of revenue generated through the storage marketplace. The amount earned is determined by the number of IAG tokens staked and the trading volume in the storage exchange. Okay, if this is the case, then I think Iagon's own staking pool is still live on the Cardano blockchain for staking ADA. The IAG token is also used to incentivize storage providers. Funding for further ecosystem development is paid in IAG, which is Iagon's utility token. Then we move on to tokenomics. Ticker symbol IAG, token supply is 1 billion, circulating supply is 31%, token allocation, ecosystem development fund 25%, project team 8.5%, community incentives 21.5%, development 11.2%, marketing and advisors 6%, liquidity and tokens for ERC20 swap 7.5%, seed round 4.5%, ideal round 0.5%, private and strategic allocation 9%, other 6.3%, which then gives us an insider token allocation of 71%, which is way above our threshold of 30% at the top end. So this is going to be reflected when we start issuing scores to the 13 elements that we use as part of our DEWA or our risk evaluation toolkit. So here is a quick rundown of the 13 elements once more. You've got decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, project team, social media presence via Twitter and via Discord, age of the project, use cases, tokens issued at project launch, tokens in circulation at the point of recording, maximum tokens available, as well as insider token allocation. Now, once we've allocated the scores from 0 to 10, 0 being the minimum, 10 being the maximum, we then aggregate the score, and it is the aggregate score that we classify under the following risk categories. We got the best category, which is what every project should always strive for. We call go for it category. The one below that is potential category, followed by could go to 0 before we get to the lowest ranking or lowest category, which is no-go category. Now, here are the scores we've allocated to Iagon and the IAG token. Decentralization, 5 points out of 10. Security, 7.5 points out of 10. Scaling, 7.5 points out of 10. Interoperability, 7.5 points out of 10. Project team, 7.5 points out of 10. And social media presence via Twitter, 5 points out of 10. Social media presence via Discord, 2.5 points out of 10. Age of the project, 5 points out of 10. Use cases, Iagon, I believe it's got use cases in bucket loads. Therefore, we are going to give it maximum points, which is 10 points out of 10. Tokens issued at project project launch, 5 points out of 10. Tokens in circulation at the point of recording, 5 points out of 10. Maximum tokens available, 5 points out of 10. And finally, insider token allocation, as we have already alluded to, it's 0 points because it's way above our threshold. It's sitting at 71% or so, which is way too high for insider token allocation. And insider token allocation does not necessarily just mean those tokens owned by insider token allocation directly. It means any other portion of the tokens that is under the control of the project insiders or those closely related or linked to the project. There you have it, guys. Do you agree with the scores we've allocated to Iagon and the IG token? Let us know in the comment section. This then gives us an aggregate score of 72.5 points out of 130. Do you guys agree with those scores and the aggregate total? Let us know in the comment section. But 72.5 points out of 130 for me, it means Iagon are punching well above their weight as things stand, because they are competing with some of the big hitters of the crypto space. You know, you're talking of some crypto projects within the top 10 or top 20. They fall within this category, could go to 0. Do you guys agree? Let us know in the comment section. This then puts Iagon within the could go to 0 category. Do you think Iagon could go to 0? I think so. Even Bitcoin could go to 0 under a set of certain circumstances. Anyway, guys, there you have it. Iagon, a project we hold in one of our public portfolios. It's also a project I hold in my private portfolio. But the information I shared with you in this video is not bearing on my own personal interest or our channel's interest. It's based on facts and facts alone and what we came across and the outcome of our own research. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section. As for us, Iagon is one of those projects that is going to surprise many people if indeed it delivers on what it promises. We think it is promising quite a lot, and from where we are and the developments coming through and what has been accomplished already, Iagon is one of those projects that is going to see its roadmap through. It's got some of the excellent people that are part of the team. But then, this is crypto. People do surprise you. Until next time, this is FD for Sage5.tv signing out for now, guys. Bye.